What's up, guys and gals? This is Griever back here, bringing you guys One Piece chapter 994. Alright, there were some pretty epic moments in this chapter. Honestly, there's only two real big things I want to talk about. Instead of doing a chapter by chapter, because the opening bit of the chapter, cauterizing that wound of Kiku's right away. She lost an arm, he lost an whatever. Kiku refers to herself as a she, so I guess fine. So Kiku, arm cauterized. It's like, wow. And then just like, can you stand? Of course. I love how Kinemon lights his sword on fire to do it and stuff. It's like practicality right away. Like, boom, we gotta get this wound closed. They do it. Izo's standing behind her. Like, all right, this is what we're doing. And all this stuff going down is like, all right, this is Kaido's sort of like fight back. Last chapter it was like, holy damn, like he's starting to, in the same way that I explained that Luffy, he let them do all their attacks. And he's like, all right, well, that's the best you can do. I'm going to get out of my chair now, and now it's time to put my fists up, right, and actually try. So he continues to say that the sense of determination. Now, there were two translations of this. This one is off the official viz. Not really sure. Apparently, this is more about death. Originally, I thought he was talking about how Roger and Whitebeard were also fascinated by the samurai. Said, that sense of determination, that nerve, that will of steel, I love the way of the samurai. As did Roger, as did Whitebeard. But in the official viz, it said, I love the way of the samurai. Now Roger and Whitebeard, they did it right. It may not be the way of the times anymore, but death is what completes a person. Isn't that true? So let's end this. Because once again, Kaido's big thing, from what we have gathered, is he wants to die. He wants to find, or he just wants to fight someone able to kill him. That's why he's so upset that Odin's dead. Odin was the only one in the current age, in the last 20 years, to actually hurt him, damage him, where Kaido thought he would lose. Once again, it might be a pride thing because he knows he cheap shotted him. That wasn't honorable. And no matter what, at the end of the day, I think that's why Kaido, from here on out, I don't know if he used to do this, but from now on, Kaido has always he just opens his arms wide as a big target and says, come at me, unleash all your strongest moves. If I can get back up, then I'll fight back. If I don't, you've killed me, sort of idea. Is he trying to make up for that? There's a lot of questions there, but either way, I really love this conversation. It's short and it's to the point, but this is where Kaido decides to go back to his regular form, or maybe his half form, if you believe those theories. So Kaido goes out of his dragon form, back to the Kaido form that we know, and the big Oni-looking demon guy form, and he's like, all right, let's do this. And Kinemon comes back with, there would be no glory in dying at your hands. So he's got some type of respect. Like, he loves the samurai. He respected Roger and Whitebeard, it seems, as well, to a degree. I would really like to know where all this has come from. I feel like we'll get all the answers eventually. Like, maybe we'll get when we get the Rock's backstory and stuff, maybe we'll know where Kaido comes from and why his character is the way he is. Because he seems to talk, his way he does things and what he's after still remains semi-unclear. Like, why is he after the giant war? Why does he want to kill himself, apparently? That's what all of us have assumed to this point. Why this, why that, why the other thing? So it's going to be really interesting, actually, going forward. Now, the other part. Okay, so Jinbei, Luffy, and Sanji are going through. There's more headliners, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. In all honesty, it's still them just all running around. We're just seeing more of the characters. The Ice Oni, the Ice Demons, they're attacking again. And Chopper's explaining how, unlike Udon, Queen, the Plague, is here. The only person who would have the antibodies. Like, right now, we're in a mess. This is way different than Udon. I can't manufacture an antibody, an antidote, when I don't even know. I've never seen this before. It would take time. But if I got my hands on the antibody, I could replicate it even in the midst of all this chaos, and we could save a bunch of people. Because apparently the human body can't take this because it's the increased the ferocity and the muscle mass while freezing the skin. They can last only about an hour or something like that before they die. They're sort of zombie-esque. If you get infected, according to Queen, you'll last an hour at best and stuff. So they do this weird, like, Queen's just looking for, it seems to be a fun little thing, like he's playing a game sort of idea. He's standing up there. He locks down the floor. He throws the antibody. He says, "Here's the antibody." He throws it to Apu and basically Scratchman Apu and basically says, "All right, he's got it. If you can kill him before, y'all become Isoni and die in the next hour, you can save as many people as you want. We're going to call the game Freeze Tag. It's going to be great." And so Apu's like, "What the hell?" And that's when Chopper says, "Zoro, go get it." And, Zoro's like, "All right, I'm going to go kill him." And Apu's running away from Zoro, because Apu's no match for Zoro. He had a cheap shot in this arc, and we were all like, "Oh, we don't really know what he can do." It's like, okay, you can do this. All right, it's coming. Hone your observation, Hockey. Know that that's what he does. They're not going to get caught off guard with that again. Apu's not going to be able to beat Zoro straight up. So Zoro's chasing after him, and he's just going to, take the antibody back. So that's like sort of a bulk of the chapter. Then we have the later half of the chapter, which this part I enjoyed. I didn't go back to check, but I'm assuming this is from a panel. So we did see Yamato before at the execution as a younger girl. Because, they're facing down Sasaki, and Shinobu's injured from that blast, and Momonosuke, of course, has been injured previously, by Kanjuro and all that stuff. So it's not looking so great, but Yamato's just standing there like, "Nope, you're not touching the boy." And Sasuke just like, "Really? You think you're going to be able to escape me and all of my guard while trying to protect those two and carry them on two injured people under your arms? Really? Really, young master?" And so once again, Momonosuke asks, "Who are you?" And of course, she's already introduced herself as Kazuki Oden. Sasuke says, like, "All we gotta do is kill the boy and stuff." And Shinobu pleads with Yamato, pleads and begs, says, "I don't know who you are. I don't really care right now, but I can't do it. If you truly are on our side, just save my lord. Save Lord Momonosuke." And Yamato yells back at her, "I'll save you too, Shinobu. I saw you 20 years ago at the execution of Kazuki Oden." And that actually gave me like goosebumps when I first heard that, because I can hear it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can hear a book, sort of like you can play the scene in your mind, you can picture it, you can hear the screams, you can hear the voices, you can hear the epicness, you can hear the music that you think would fit the scene, sort of idea, right? I could picture this whole thing, and it creeped right up my arms and all over my shoulders when I first read it, and I was just like, yeah, I can see this. I imagine Yamato's voice actor is going to be like, deliver right here. This is Yamato's moment. At least one of them. I'm sure there's going to be more moments throughout the rest of this arc. Says, so Yamato for Straw Hats. For all you Carrot fanboys, forget that. Yamato for Straw Hats. Says, "I'll save you too, Shinobu. I saw you 20 years ago at that execution." And they're just like, "What?" And then they're reminded of, "So tell me again, who are you calling a fool of the Lord?" when Shinobu screamed at everyone who was chastising Oden, and Oden survived in the boiling pot and all that. And he was like, "Who are you calling a fool? Look at what he's done. Look at how he's tried to save you." Like, not only he saved them for 5 years from really as much torture as he could. And then Yamato says, "Your words, they brought tears to my eyes. The life of Kazuki Oden had brought me to tears." So a bunch of more bombing, it's more explosions, and Yamato, this is weird. I've definitely got to check out Joy Boy and Tekking. They probably have maybe an idea as to why Yamato can survive this, because even Momonosuke says, "How are you fine?" because she basically blocks all the explosions with her body. She gets banged up, but she seems totally fine right now, and she just continues to say, on that terrible day, she ran to Curry. So, I mean, she looked to be maybe like she's older than Momonosuke, so maybe she was like 11 or 12, maybe a young teen. So that would put her maybe at 30 by now. She'd be at least 30, because 20 years ago, so if she was 12 at the time of the execution, right? So, I mean, that's not so bad. I'm not really sure if we found out Yamato's age. I'm not 100% on that. But she looked to be a young girl anyways, at most a young teenager. So at that time, at most, let's say she was 13 years old, how would she be able to stop anything? Nonetheless, she says, "I ran to Curry on that terrible day to save your life. But I'm sorry, all I could do was watch as Kaido dangled you, on top of the tower. And because back then I did not have the strength, she strikes back with her attack, and boom, 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 and takes out one of the armored guard dudes like handily. And Sasuke's pissed, and Momonosuke continues to say, like, who are you? And she says, I used your father's name earlier, but my other name is Yamato, and I would die for you. So Yamato here is like the moment. This whole scene is just like, that's why I had to read the whole scene, guys, because it just felt like the words just matched everything. And I was just like, okay, why? Like, she was so moved by Shinobu and Kazuki Oden. I think we're sort of missing one piece of the puzzle. Why does she feel like she needs to become a samurai? Like I get that she was moved by all this. But like I feel like we're missing one key part, because if this is Kaido's daughter, Kaido's daughter, you would think, like, how could she be, even at a young age, how would she be raised by Kaido? Or unless Kaido's a terrible father, I could see that too. But like, was it her mother's influence? Who's her mother? Was it Kaido himself? Maybe Kaido himself had continued to talk about the great Odin or something like that, or the great samurai for years later as well. And Yamato is just like, I feel like this is worthy. This is great for Yamato's character, but I think we just need that one more nugget of information, that one more piece that's going to make all this make sense as to why she was so heartbroken that she went, like, so she saw Kazuki Oden, saw Shinobu cry for him, saw him die at the execution, was moved to tears, and went, I have to save the Kazuki clan. Like, okay. I mean, a little extreme. I understand that Yamato could empathize, she could sympathize and all that stuff, but to go out of her way to change her name, become a man, I am Kazuki Oden, he must live on, the samurai, the Kazuki clan must live on, I feel like it's a little extreme, even for being moved at that moment. To be moved, I just want to know what she was like and what she knew at the time before that, like the day before, like what her childhood. We need her backstory to fully flesh this out, but I'm still on board with it. I still love it. I think the beginning part of this chapter and this end part of this chapter, very, very strong. The middle is everybody running around, it's chaos, let's just keep moving this plot along until somebody actually fights Queen straight up. Probably going to be Zoro at this point by the looks of how they're locked down. But yeah, One Piece chapter 994, pretty epic, pretty good. Next chapter is November 15th, so I believe that means we get a break. Yeah, we have a break, unfortunately. So 995 is November 15th. That still technically means that we have enough weeks left that we could get to chapter 1000. But as I said before, I think chapter 1000 is starting out the new year. I think Oda's going to end this, assuming his health is fine, at chapter 999 will be the last chapter of the year. And it's going to be epic. And then chapter 1000 is going to be the hypest thing in the manga community since, actually, Bleach is coming back, Shaman King coming back. Like, there's been some big things happening here, right? So, but it's still going to be super hype. I'm looking forward to it. What did you guys think of the chapter, and all that fun jazz? Like, comment, and subscribe as always. It's always very much appreciated. This has been Griever. Now, I know I already said this in yesterday's review, and I know today it might not mean anything, but I hope everybody got out there too, because I am recording this before that day. This is sort of the yesterday's video that I forgot to record and then had to run around. I hope everyone went out to vote in America. The whole election thing going down. A lot of people are scared. They're scared for the state of the world. They're scared what's going to happen. Some people one way, some people the other. All I can say is get out there, make sure you vote. I hope everyone voted. I hope it goes really well in the proper direction, because last time it was the wrong direction. I'm going to say that. This is my channel. I can say what I want. So I'm just hoping that things are looking up. I really, really do. So, I'm living up here in Canada, and even I'm a little freaked out about what's going on, across the borders. So, just going to say that right now. This will probably be the last political message you get from me for a couple of years of YouTube, but just wanted to end on that note, yesterday's video and today. Just hoping things go well. We want positivity in 2021. We don't need another 4 years of danger. So, That being said, guys, once again, drink responsibly as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next time. Peace out.